We have all seen the headlines rife with reports of data breaches, from Wall Street to Main Street, even to Hollywood. Cyber attacks of increasing size and sophistication have been launched against major banks, retailers, healthcare organizations, government agencies, and major corporate networks. Today, it's not a matter of if, it's a question of when. Companies need to expect that they're going to be attacked. I'm Brittany Bacon, and I'm joined by Lisa Sotto, Chair of the Hunton Williams Global Privacy and Cybersecurity practice, who has been at the forefront of these issues. Lisa, you've been dubbed the Queen of Data Breach, which is not surprising given that you've handled over 1,000 data breaches, many of which have been in the headlines today, and several of which we've worked on together. Let's begin by taking a look at the cyber threat landscape. What does it look like out there?
We really think of three buckets of threat actors. First, we think of traditional hackers. Those are folks who are hacking into systems for monetary gain. So they're stealing information such as payment card data. They're also stealing social security numbers, and they're selling that data on the black market. Second, we think of nation states, and they commit attacks known as advanced persistent threat attacks. And they're coming in really for cyber espionage purposes, and sometimes also stealing information like R&D information or M&A information. The third bucket is comprised of hacktivists. These are folks who form a confederation to pursue a loose ideological mission. They're going after things like senior executives' emails, and they're looking to take down a website for a couple of days, really for the disruption factor. Of course, Sony is the best example of that. Throughout all of these buckets of bad actors, we have to think about insiders and vendors. These are folks who have authorized access to the system, so they really form the most insidious threat.
How do these bad actors get into company systems?
They're getting in through a number of different means. One of the most popular these days is through social engineering. So what this means is sending phishing emails, for example, to 80 or 800 employees in a company. And the chance of success is virtually 100% because somebody is going to inadvertently click on the attachment and then malware will be downloaded onto a system. One of our clients just faced a social engineering attack where an employee, a well-meaning employee, got a call from somebody who pretended to be the help desk. And she allowed them remote access into the system for about 20 minutes. And then she finally realized that in fact it was not her own help desk, but in fact this was an intruder. Another method is through vulnerabilities in the system, where companies fail to upload the most recent patches to systems or don't use two-factor authentication. So hackers are getting in that way. We're also seeing very frequently now that credentials are being stolen. So senior IT executives are having their credentials stolen, and they have high-level administrative access to systems. So when the bad guys get those credentials, they can navigate the entire system. And of course, employees and vendors with authorized access to the system also are either having their credentials stolen, or there could be rogue employees or rogue players at vendors, and they're getting in through authorized means.
It sounds like there are a myriad of entry points into a company system. What are they after?
Well, they're really after all kinds of information. One of the most popular bundles of information is personal information, social security numbers, payment card data, medical information, and of course, if you have enough of it, it's really worth a fortune on the black market. The bad guys are also after other information, for example, M&A information, R&D data, trade secrets, and also network schemas so that they can figure out how to navigate around a network.
You and I both know that data breach is a legal issue. Where does the law come into play in the breach world?
It's a legal issue, it's a risk issue, it's a governance issue. This is not an issue that can be relegated to an IT professional. This is really an overarching issue for the company. The shareholders care, the board cares, and regulators care. So this is absolutely something that should be at the very top of senior executives' radar screen.
Thanks, Lisa, for your insight into this. This is certainly an issue that all companies need to reckon with.